Hi, good afternoon. This is Mike with Lakeshore RV, and today we're going to feature a Cougar. This model is a 22 year. It's a 29 RKS. It'll have 3 slides on it. And we'll kind of start on the outside and work our way to the inside. You got your 200-watt solar panel on the roof. Outside kitchen. This refrigerator will run off electricity. So if you're plugged in, this is plugged in, ready to go. Outside grill. Attachments are right there for the top of it. There's a gas line here. So what you'll do is you'll fish that out and then you'll quick connect it. I believe it's right here. So yeah, you'll quick connect right there and you'll run off the main propane tanks. Outside shower. Storage area here. And then you got a ladder so you can get up and maintain that roof. You're gonna wanna go up there at least twice a year. I go up in the spring and fall. Check caulking, make sure there's no cracking, shrinking, anything like that. If you see some bad areas in the caulk, you wanna caulk over it with some fresh caulk. Real easy job, but you should do it at least twice a year. This trailer's 50 amps. It's has 2 air conditioners on it, and if you want it both to run at the same time, you'll need 50 amps to accomplish that. Otherwise, you can knock a 30 adapter on, and then you can just pick and choose one or the other. And there's also an adapter if you want to plug in at home, you can do that. This is your freshwater tank fill, and that's locked. So if you don't have water, you can stick a hose in here, take the cap off, stick the hose in there, fill it up, and take all that water with you. And there's your connect for the front bathroom. Black and gray, and then there's a second gray in the back for the kitchen sink. So that'll give you a little bit more holding capacity. So gray's in the rear, black and gray's in the front. So hook your hose up here, pull this gate valve out like it is now, leave it out. Hook a hose up, let it run for a few minutes, it'll flush that whole system out. So again, pull the black, dump it, hook a hose up, let that run for a few minutes. Just make sure this is open when you're flushing it out. Otherwise it's gonna top the toilet over and it'll end up inside. So shut this off, close this, pull the gray. It's just soapy sink and shower water. It'll rinse your hose out for you at least. City water, that's where you're gonna hook up if you got water at the campground. And then if you decide you need to winterize it, you can do it here. Bypass the water heater, turn it to winterize, and then turn your water pump on inside. And then this connection, you'll be siphoning from the hose you've attached. That drops down into a jug of winterization fluid. And then you just go inside and you flush the toilet, run the showers. Anything that has water running through it, you want to see pink in its place. So outside shower, there's cable TV, hookups. Okay, here's your auto level. So for the most part, what you'll be doing is hitting front. That'll raise the front of the trailer. If you want to lower the front of the trailer, you turn retract on and hit front, and that's going to lower the front. So basically, hooking up, unhooking is what you're going to be using that for. And then once you unhook the truck, you pull away from it, you want to level it, all you do is hit auto level. It'll level front to back, side to side, and that's all automatic. It takes about 5 minutes. Here's your outside shower hose. 2 30-pound tanks. These are both full and ready to go. It'll run off one. So right now we're pointing at this tank. So it goes to this hose, it goes to this tank. So once that's empty, it turns red. So if you're pointing here and it's red, you're on the last tank as long as it's open. Or they both could be out. But if you're pointing here and it's red, this tank is emptied and it's switched over if the other tank is open. If you completely ran out of propane low, then that should be red still. And then go ahead and open the other tank. There's lights on the front cap. It's tough to see them in the daytime, but at night they really light up. There's your battery up front, spare tire. So right now the back jacks are dropping. And then once the trailer's done, you'll hear a beep, and the screen, it'll say auto level successful. And then you're done leveling it. There's been a ton of auto level systems that have come through here, Lippert included, and to me this has been the most dependable one so far. And then while we're waiting for that, you can see you got aluminum framing, double welded, just a great built coach. Okay, we're done. So jacks are down, trailer's level. Let's say we want to leave. Turn retract on, hold rear down, and it'll pick up both jacks in the rear. These lights in this basement too are motion centered. In fact, most of the lights that are down low in the Cougars, you can set them to where it's off, motion, and on. Here's your VIN number, 29 RKSS. It's a 22 model. Tells you what the tanks weigh, tire size, air pressure, load range E, all that kind of stuff's right here. As we get into the door here, here's your touchscreen and command, and you can get this app for your phone as well. So at a glance, I can tell you the fresh, the black, and both gray tanks are empty. They'll get a solid line through the bottom, the bottom here as it fills up. Interior lights. Now the water heater, you can run off gas, electric, or both. Water pump is for the tank, so if you're using the freshwater tank, turn the pump on. And to get into the rest of it, right now your codes are all 0. You can change that in the settings. You got 3 slide outs, so you got 3 buttons for it, and then you got your awning in and out. Takes me back. Again, we can do lights here. The only one that main cluster didn't turn on is the outside awning lights. And then, well, that's not true. There's also various lights around the edges. So it'll either have its own switch, like that one does, or possibly there could be a button in the center of the light. So if all else fails, look for the button in the center of the light. And then you got your HVAC system. So the front, you can do fan or air conditioner. This one's got 2 and off. And then we can do the rear. So the rear is going to support the furnace controls as well. So you got your AC for here, and then we also have heat. Set your temperature. And then that's off. This turns into a bed, so you can actually, it's a trifold, so you can pull it and it'll come another 5 feet out here, and you can have a decent bed for your guests. You got recliners. Looks like they have heat and massagers and a light on them, as well as a USB for your phone. Here's your light switch here. There's also a dimmer on it, which is really cool. Okay, here's your refrigerator. This one's gas or electric. So you turn it on here. Once it's on, then you can either choose out for just propane or in for electric. So the reason they call it auto and not just electric, if you lose power or unplug it to leave, it's automatically going to switch over to propane. So if you're plugged in, it runs off electricity only. If you're not plugged in, it runs off propane only. Or you can just bypass it, run it off gas. And then all your breakers and fuses are down below. So anything that runs off electricity runs through a breaker, and everything's labeled. And then all the battery items run through a fuse. And if a fuse blows, there's a light next to each fuse. So if you walk by and you see the light on, you know there's a blown fuse. Fireplace runs off electricity, changes colors, has a thermostat. That can help supplement the heat for sure. TV pulls out and swivels. Here's your bathroom. Got some storage. And there's also storage under the bed. It's a thermostat for the bedroom AC.